All right, guys, welcome back. On this video, I'm only going to cover the difference between financing a vehicle from 48 months all the way to 84 months, and then that same vehicle at 5% and 15% APR. I'm going to go ahead and use the same website that I used on the video, which is bankrate.com. And then you can use whatever calculator you want. You can find a lot of them online, but I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I'm going to go ahead and go to loans, loan calculator. I'm going to use $25,000 for the amount that you're going to finance for a vehicle. Okay. Again, everything's going to depend on what you're buying, but for purposes of this video, we're going to do 25,000 for 48 months at 5% APR. I'm going to go ahead and do a recap at the end of the video. So if you want to write the information down, or you can wait till the end of the video. I'm not gonna do the whiteboard like I did the last time. I'm just gonna do the recap at the end of the video. So if you finance a vehicle at $25,000 for 48 months at 5% APR, your payment is gonna be, again, this doesn't include tax, title, and license. Okay, your payment would be $575. At the end of the loan, you're gonna end up paying an extra $2635. So the total amount that you're paying would be $27,635. Okay, now let's change the amount of months. Let's say that you're going to finance it as, instead of 48, you're going to go all the way to 84. So let's do 84 months. Now your payment should go down, but the amount that you're going to pay at the end of the loan is going to go up. So watch this. Your payment went down to $353, but now instead of paying $27,000, you're going to end up paying an extra $4,600. So you're going to end up paying a total of $29,681. Now let's do 15% APR at 48 months. Your payment went all the way to $695, and you're actually going to end up paying an extra $8,300 at the end of 48 months for that car, just because you went from 5% all the way to 15%. Now let's change the 48 months to 84. Your payment again is going to go down because you're extending the life of the loan, but the total amount that you're going to pay is going to go up. So your payment went down to $482, but now you're paying an extra $15,000 for that same vehicle. Okay, so as you can see, the more that you extend the loan, the payment's going to be a little bit lower, but you're going to end up paying thousands more in the end. So let me go ahead and do the recap really quick. Let's call it financing terms. And again, just to recap, extending the life or the length of the loan will lower your monthly payment, but will increase the total amount you will pay at the end of the loan. A higher APR will not only increase your monthly payment, it will add thousands more to your loan. Again, this is just a recap. So if you finance a vehicle or $25,000 for the vehicle that you're going to buy at 5% APR for 48 months, you're going to end up paying $575 a month, or at the end of the loan is going to be $27,635. Same vehicle, 5%, but 84 months. Now you're going to end up paying $29,681. The difference between 48 months and 84 months, again, the APR and the amount of the vehicle is still the same, but because you extended the life of the loan, now you end up paying $2,000 more. And as you can see, your payment at 48 months was $575. Yes, it's a little bit higher, but you're going to pay that loan quicker and you're going to pay less at the end of 48 months. Now, when you extend the life of the loan, you go to 84 months, your payment's going to go down, but you're going to end up paying more. You're going to pay $29,681. So if you extend the life of the loan to 84 months, you're going to end up paying an extra $2,000. Now let's go ahead and change that 5% APR to 15% APR. At 48 months, you're going to pay $695 per month. At the end of the loan, it's going to be $33,393. If you extend it all the way to 84, you're going to pay $482 a month, but you're going to end up paying $40,523. The difference between the 48 months and the 84 months at 15% APR is going to be $7,000. Now, if you actually wrote down some of the numbers, I'm going to show you the difference between financing that same vehicle at $25,000 for 48 months at 5% APR and for 84 months at 15% APR. Your payment at 48 months at 5% APR, it's 575, and you're gonna pay 27,635. That same car, that same vehicle, 25,000, but at 15% APR, when your credit is not all that great, and you extend the life of the loan to 84 months, guess what? If you look at 48 months, you're gonna pay 575. If you look at 84 months at 15% APR, you're gonna pay 482, which is $100 less than the 48 months at 5% APR. If you just look at those numbers, it looks like a great deal because, how can you pay more at 5% APR than you would at 15% APR? You have to remember the terms of the loan. At 48 months, you're paying 575, but you're actually paying less at the end of the loan. You're paying 27,635, which is why your monthly payment's a little bit higher. But I mean, that is just simple math. If you finance that same vehicle at 25 or for 25,000 at 15% APR for 84 months, you're going to pay for 82, but you're going to end up paying 40,523. So you're going to basically end up paying double for the same car. So just keep that in mind. If you finance a vehicle for less amount of months, you're gonna end up paying more in the long run. Yes, your payment is gonna be a little bit higher, but you're gonna end up paying less. Okay, if you finance it for 84 months, and I know that they've extended actually all the way to 96 for some customers, you don't want to do that. If you look at this example, just a $25,000 vehicle, you're gonna pay $40,000, almost twice as much, because your credit is bad, because you decided, or even if sometimes customers will extend the life of the loan, not because they have bad credit, but because they just want that monthly payment to be lower. And that is exactly how the dealership gets you. They sell you on a monthly payment. They don't sell you on the car. They don't tell you, oh, this is a great, 2018 Toyota Camry or Honda Accord, and it's got this, it's got that. Remember, when you've been looking for a car, you're going to fall in love with that car by yourself. The sales guy doesn't have to do that. You've already got it in your head that that's a car that you want, and he really doesn't have to do anything. If that's a car that you want and you're able to afford it, he doesn't have to sell you on anything. You're going to sell yourself on it. The only thing is that the dealership is going to get you on the payments. That is the very first thing that they're going to get you on, is a monthly payment, which is why when they sit you down, they get you right away. Can you afford $600 a month? And they usually start with a really high number, which is ridiculous. If I can guarantee you that if you go into a dealership and you try to buy a $25,000 car with zero down, when they sit you down and they show you the square, they're going to come back at you and they're going to tell you, congratulations, we can get you this car for $800 a month. They won't tell you for how many months. They'll just tell you for $800 a month. And of course, you're going to say that's way too high. I can't afford $800 a month. And, the more time that you spend with them trying to figure out that financing, because you didn't do the first step, right, which is look for your own financing. That's exactly why a lot of people spend a lot of time at the dealership, because they didn't do their work before they walked into the dealership. If you do your work, again, what you're getting, what the amount that you're getting approved for, and the APR. The amount of months that you want to finance a vehicle for, it's completely up to you. So you can walk in there and say, hey, I got this letter from GCU. I got approved for $25,000 at 5% APR, and I've been looking through my finances, and I want to do it for 60 months because that's what I can afford. Okay. But again, if you walk into the dealership, even if you did the first step, which is look for your finance, but you walk in there and you don't know how you want to finance it, they're going to get you there on the monthly payment. Because again, I guarantee you, if you walk in there right now, they're going to tell you, for this car for $25,000, it's going to be $800 a month. And they're going to start working you down to where they can get you to a monthly payment that's comfortable for you. But when you let them do that, you leave them room to when you go back to the finance manager, where they're going to add the added warranty, they're going to add, this just a bunch of stuff that you don't need. So that is the last thing that you want to do when you go into the dealership after you've done the lit work on your financing. You want to make sure that if you want to finance that car for 48 months or 60 months. Again, just because you finance a car for 84 months, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. But obviously, you can see the difference between 48 months and 84 months. There's nothing that says that you can't do it for 48 months. Maybe you're on a tight budget. You really want that car, and one way or another, you're gonna end up getting it. So you tell yourself, okay, for the first 2 years, I'm gonna do 84 months, and then once I get out of this other debt, I'm gonna go back to the bank and I'm gonna refinance it, and I'm gonna do my loan for 48 months. That way, I can pay it off quicker. A lot of people don't do that. They usually stick with that low payment because it leaves you that extra room or that extra money that you can spend elsewhere. Okay, so again, once you do the legwork on your financing, you have to make sure that you know if you want to finance that car for 48 months, for 60 months, for 72 months, or 84 months. Just keep in mind, again, that the longer you extend that loan, the more that you're going to pay. Okay, just keep that in mind. Make sure that you do the work on that as well. Do your finances and understand the impact that I can have on your finances, on your payment, and the total amount that you're going to pay.